Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing my what sold video for last week, Monday through Thursday, which was November 18th through the 21st, and sales were hopping. Sales were really good. Monday was, I think, my best day so far of the 30 days. And the rest of the days were, a tad bit above average. So I'm thrilled. But y'all, I have 5 Etsy orders to share with you guys. So I'm thrilled about that also. It's been a good month on Etsy. I think I'm going to have to, rethink maybe keeping it around for a little while, building it like I do eBay all year long, biting the bullet with that 20-cent listing fee, and get ready for fourth quarter, because I said that all year, and y'all, I've had an amazing fourth quarter. It was a slow start, but I still think I'm up from last year. So anytime I'm better than the year before, I'm happy with that.
Up in the fourth quarter, you mean?
What did I say?
No, that's what you said. I'm just saying, but up in the fourth quarter. But for
Right.
the year overall, we're up pretty well.
Way. Fourth quarter, I was a little worried that fourth quarter was actually going to be down because October was rough. But yeah, overall.
I wouldn't say way. You said way. I wouldn't say way up. Define way up?
I want to say
10%, 20%,
20-25%. I think 20-25% I'm up from last year.
For the net.
For the, yeah. Yes, for net. No, for gross.
What's the net?
I want to say, last time I looked, it was like 16%.
Net is where the rubber meets the road.
Exactly. That's where the money hits my bank account.
If our sales are up 500%, but our net went down 20%,
right,
something ain't going right. But that's where it is,
I think the last time I looked, which has probably been a couple of weeks, was 16%. So I'm thrilled. This year has been good. I've worked for this. So, you've got to put in the effort or it's just not going to happen.
I'd like to point something out. I work too.
Yes, he did. He's my clothes guy and my video guy and my pack this because I don't want to guy.
And to do anything that you don't want to do, guy.
Exactly. It works out well for us, y'all. It works.
Well, for her anyway.
All right. If you're liking our videos, please give us a like, thumbs up. Send us a comment in the comment section, even if it's an emoji. And y'all, if you're shopping and you're going to be doing Walmart, Best Buy, eBay, the other big platform, I've got links down in the description. Doesn't cost you anything, but we get a small percentage anytime you use those links for 24 hours. So help a gal out.
So even if you're going to go buy something from
wherever,
that's not even on our list.
Right. It doesn't have to be something that we have, put on there to share with you guys.
We get credit for sending you to the site.
Yep. All right. Robert. Stop it. All right, let's get started. 3 to share with you on Poshmark. First one, it's gone. That's how I'm looking at it. Animal Adventure Tan Rabbit Plush. I used to do really, really well with them, and all of a sudden they just kind of stopped, unless they're, unique colors. But this was just a tan one. It sold for $10. The way Poshmark works, I made $7.05 on that order. All right, Douglas.
Did you say you don't give free shipping, right? On any of them?
None of them. No free shipping. Just say no. Douglas Baby Lamb Lovey. Y'all, the Loveys sell on there, and they're paying priority shipping, even on Loveys. This particular one sold for $15. Last was this Barrington Gray Cat Plush, and it sold for $18. And then Etsy. All right, first thing that sold, pretty sure this was from my high bid estate sale. A lot of times this advertising plush was from there. This was for Vanity Fair. I remember going to those outlet stores in Pigeon Forge years and years ago. And this sold for $17.95. A Starbucks Barista Coffee Cup from 2001 sold for $19.95. these 2 vintage Christmas ornaments. Pretty sure I picked them up in a box lot of estate sale stuff. And it sold these 2 for $19.95. All right, Hasbro Monsters Inc. Sully plush sold for $14.95. And this, yeah, I remember picking this up at my favorite little estate sale company. Probably paid $1 or $2 for it. Somebody made this. It was like a huge, heavy beaded, like centerpiece doily thing, 24 inches wide. Heavy plastic beads. And it sold for $29.95. And then eBay. I think I just showed this in a recent haul. This is Fiesta Smile Face keychain, sold for $8.96. This was Sonic the Hedgehog, but something about Lord X Evil. Don't know. 8-inch plush sold very quickly, $22.45. All right. I just saw, who was I? I was watching somebody and they said definitely keep your eyes out for kids snowwear, like these type of things. And these were size 10, 12 youth snow bibs, and they sold for $20 almost instantly. Wish Pets Theodore Christmas Teddy Bear Plush, 1998, sold for $10.95. I like Wish Pets, nevertheless. These were something I picked up last year. I've been picking up quite a few of these, but this one was from last year. Finally sold this Christmas season. It was a needlepoint Santa Claus Christmas stocking, and it sold for $22.45. I find these a lot for like $1 or $2 at church sales, estate sales, yard sales, and the bins. All right, Zootopia. These were from my profit pile, totes and totes and totes that I went through at the beginning of the year. Just Google Lensed them, found out they were all from the same movie, bundled them up, sold for $7.62. Oh, this was a big order. 5 pairs of jeans. I don't think I've ever sold 5 pairs of jeans to one person at one time. They spent $74.32. They bought Indigo Rain skinny jeans, American Eagle women's jeans, Gap legging jeans, Jimmy's brand jeans, and Express jeans. So nice bundle lot. All right. I'm thinking this was at an estate sale. I found it inside of a little teeny tiny basket. I want to say I paid 50 cents or something for it. It is a Fisher Price Little People Black Dog. This was from the original Little People. And some of the animals have what's called a hex nut in the belly. Let me show. Oh, I won't be able to show it here. It sold for $10. Let me remove this so I can show you what the hex nut is. I think there's a pig, a cow, a horse, and the dog, and there may be a few other animals, but a lot of times you can get more for the hex nut ones. Let me take that off and go show you what the hex nut looked like right there. It's just a little silver nut right in the belly of the animal. Make sure you use that keyword if you find them. Animal Adventure Sweet Sprouts Bear Plush. I used to do so well with that. Maybe this is because it's a bear. It just took forever to sell, and it finally sold for $8. I still pick up a lot of Animal Adventure, but I'm probably going to start steering clear maybe a little bit of the rabbits and the bears. Imaginext race car driver and fireman. I bought a huge bag, gallon size bag full of blind bag Imaginext figures. Made really small lots. Some of them I sold individually. Some of them I put in small lots. I want to say I paid $8 for the whole bag at one of those kids consignment sales. And I don't have very many left. These 2 sold for $8.25. Anytime you can get bag lots of them, I enjoy doing that type of stuff. This is a Jellycat white unicorn plush. Picked up last year during the summer. Just say no to unicorns. It took forever. and it finally sold for $17. I want to say I bought like 6 of these. Estate sale something, paid probably a couple of dollars. I think one cup was like chipped, so I sold the single of its match. And then the rest of these I put in lots of 2. I want to say this is the second one that I've sold. It could be the first. I don't remember. But I listed them earlier this year, and I took a best offer of $15 for these 2. Jellycat. These are the Bashful Bunnies. They just, unless there's some kind of unique color or design in the ears, most of them are, just bread and butter, maybe a little better. This one sold for $13.45. Wooden Railway Thomas stuff does quite well for me. Sometimes I have to put them in small lots, but like this one, his name is Stephen the Rocket from 2012, and he sold very quickly, $13.45. Also, if you're trying to find the dates or who made, especially these wooden ones, it's inside the wheel base. You kind of have to turn it, and you'll figure out. A lot of them say Mattel, and then it'll give you a date. Quite a few of you let me know that this Mariah Elizabeth is like a TikToker who started making her own plush. This is one of her creations. This cactus sold for $22.45. Pretty sure this was in the box lot of Christmas ornaments that I picked up from my friend Shannon when we were down visiting in Florida, last month before last. This was Hallmark Peanuts Gang, Charlie Brown, and a snowman that looked like Charlie Brown. Really, really cute. Sold very quickly, $8.96. Veggie Tales. I like finding them. I don't find them very often anymore. A lot of times, like if I had found a couple of pieces that went to a nativity, I probably would have put them together, but I don't usually mix sets. There are quite a few figures that are just Laura Carrot and Bob and some of the other characters, the Asparagus Jr. and all of those. Sometimes I'll make small lots, but a lot of times I sell them individually. This little shepherd sold for $9.75. This also was in the ornament box from my friend Shannon. I kind of just had to pick a price on them. I could find nothing. They were Pier 1 imports, but they were just little metal spoons and forks. They sold instantly on an offer for $20. This is the stirring arm attachment to the Braun food processor that we picked up at a church. I think every single piece that we have sold that went to this food processor went international. They either, some of them I shipped directly to like Australia, or a lot of them went through eBay international shipping. Unfortunately, the main mixer part also went through eBay international, and it didn't get past customs. And I got to keep the money, and eBay kept my item. But for some reason, I think this must have been like a European version or something, and those were the only buyers who bought it. Chico's black satin poncho with the fringe, had the original paper tags, sold, again, very quickly, $22.21. I don't remember where we picked that up. Ertl Thomas die-cast vehicles. These are smaller than the normal Thomas that you'll find, either the little take-along die-casts or the plastic ones. I think I had like Gordon listed for a long time, and I finally found a Thomas that I just recently took the listing down, added Thomas, bumped the price, and they sold for $15.25. This is from my Snoopy lot. If you're new to my channel, this summer we bought 5 huge totes of Snoopy vintage stuff, paid $150. One item that I sold from that lot sold for over $300, so everything has been profit from that point forward. These were some Snoopy and Lucy ornaments, and they sold for $8. Quacker Factory. I remember picking this up like soon after 4th of July last year. It ended up sitting in a pile for a bit. I listed it around Christmas last year, and it's just now selling. It is a patriotic embellished t-shirt, and it sold for $17.71. I'll pick up most Quacker Factory stuff. It takes a while, but you know, some of it sells very quickly for me, especially like stuff that looks like a teacher would wear it or a librarian would wear it. You know, it has characters and cool colors and stuff like that. J. Jill Pima Capri leggings. I had a couple of these that I listed. This pair sold for $11.89. Again, I just listed them this month and they've already sold. This is an old listing. Funny thing is I truly believe if you send out offers and, you know, do all the things I tell you about, you know, set sales, take offers, send offers, do end and sell similar. List regularly. It makes the algorithm happy. And just because we're sending out these high offers, it doesn't always sell on an offer. This item's been listed forever and it sold at my sale price, $19.76. It is just a Crowned Craft Christmas throw blanket. Just Christmas, you know, it had been listed for a while, but I think right now, you know, we've been very active in our store this year, and you know, it's keeping the algorithm happy.
Sending out offers that people really like.
Well, not always. I don't like them.
Yeah, but you're not important in the selling process. The buyer's what's important.
Yeah. All right. Blankets and Beyond Green Rabbit Lovey sold for $22.45. Usually that's one of those brands. It's bread and butter. But if you notice, this one is green. It's got swirls and just, it did a little bit better than normal. Miss Me women's skinny jeans sold for $23. Selling a whole lot of toys and not as much clothes as we had been like last month. Last month we sold a lot of clothes. This is Disney Tigger plush from Winnie the Pooh, sold for $14.
People are buying a size up from what they normally wear in anticipation of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving yesterday, Rebel made the stuffing.
I always make the stuffing.
And I made brownies. And Rebel doesn't do well with some of like the canola oil or whatever that you put in the brownies and stuff. So she always made me put applesauce. I said, can I put butter in instead? And so we Googled it. You can melt the butter, let it cool, put it in. Those brownies with
melt in your mouth.
Brownies. You get the Ghirardelli Ultimate Chocolate. I think we bought it at Walmart. Most amazing brownies ever.
Yeah. Try replacing your oils with butter. It was very, very just smooth. All right, back to this. I had so much interest for this pair of denim skirts, but I had 2 or 3 people kept asking me what the hip dimension is. I think from now on, I may have to start including hip dimensions when I do skirts. And I never could add the picture for the hip dimension because I kept getting offers or waiting the 4 days for an offer to finish out, or sending an offer and still having to wait. But finally, I mean, it sold this month, the same month I listed it, but I never did get to add that picture. But it sold at my sale price, $22.21.
Jean skirts. We do really well with those. Most brands, they sell well.
More the modest.
The more modest, longer denim skirts sell really well.
JCPenney Santa Mouse sold for $18.99. This was from the Snoopy lot. It had several of these Flambro limited edition little like figure statues. This one was called A Day in the Park, and it sold for $48.
Flambro, not Lambo, like the stadium.
Yep. All right, next 2 items is from Sherry. So thank you again, Sherry. Sherry saw these in a recent haul video, snatched them up. Best Friends Monkey plush for $13.45. And then she also bought, the First and Main Dimples. I loved this bear. Just had the like fake fur, fake leather type stuff on the paws. It sold for $19.95. So thanks again, Sherry. All right, Jellycat Amusables. This was the little avocado. Based on the research that I did, the little teal hat is a little bit harder to find. I think that's what helped get the price that I got. They all did well, but the teal one seemed to be a little bit harder to find. It sold for $30.50. This is another thing that sells usually really quickly for me. This is a Carter's Child of Mine Cat Lovey. It says Mommy's Cutie at the bottom, and it sold for $8.96. These were incomplete, but anytime I found them in the past, they sell. People are just adding it. They're by Hasbro, and they're called Hero Mashers, and you can mix and match the pieces. And so I think when they're missing, it's okay because, you know, a kid's going to use their imagination and build different dinosaurs. These sold for $14. Cozy Sherpa Women's Pullover Sweater. Those were, the brand on the tag said Cozy Sherpa. I just figured, you know, when I got a $10 offer pretty much right after I listed them, I'm just going to go ahead and take it because, you know, this person, that brand is so uncommon. I just make it gone. Make it gone. Russ Snuggle Bear. I picked them up. They come in large. They come in small. They come some with the Sherpa kind of fur on it. Some of them don't. There's hand puppets. Anytime I find them, I pick them up. This 10-inch plush sold for $22.45. These were from RJ's grandma, gave them to me. His grandfather was really into photography, so I sorted through some of his stuff after he passed, and these were some of the things I had. I've still got a couple of more totes I haven't gone through yet, but they are Sylvania flash bulbs. They had the blue dot on them, and they sold for $28. Another old listing that sold at my sale price. Just this time of year, things are selling really well for me. This brand is Sassy. It's, I want to say Target, Walmart, Kmart, you know, just was in the baby section. This one was from 2016. At the time I listed it, the lights on it and the music worked. You know, every time I sell something like this that's been stored for a really long time, you know, I worry. And sometimes, you know, every once in a while, one doesn't work. And usually what I end up doing is I send a message, but I go ahead and send it to them and give them a full refund. It's just what I do because it's not working like it was when I listed it. This one was working, so there was not that issue. But in the future, if you have something like that happen, you know, go ahead and send it to them. They may still want it, and you won't get the ding. But this, like I said, $39.56. Lamax Enchanted Forest ice skating figures. I picked this up at my favorite little estate sale company. I wish I'd have gone back. I meant to go back and I forgot. I think I paid like 50 cents for some of the figures. I think these were $1 a package. I bought probably 10 of them. And they've been selling for me already. This one sold for $20.20. I really like looking. Everybody looks for the Department 56 stuff. I do really well with Lamax. Commonwealth Purple Monkey plush said lazy on the front. Another old listing sold for $8. Santa's Best. That's a vintage brand I like picking up also. This was like a Santa elf stocking sack. Usually the stocking part is like the belly instead of the whole thing. It sold for $23.35. Yo Gabba Gabba Red Muño Monster. This is from Nantco, 2010. Anytime I see Yo Gabba Gabba Backyardigans, I tend to pick them up. This one sold, again, very quickly, $11. Right, these next two items actually sold through the eBay International Shipping Program to the same buyer. Just be aware, you can't combine them. That is all eBay International's dealings. You know, when you get something and you see it's the same person, you cannot combine these. If they send you a message saying, you know, can you combine an invoice for me? You can't. You need to either, you know, if she had contacted me ahead of time, I'd have taken the two listings, made one for her, and then she could have had them shipped together, but there was no contact. I just happened that the name is in Chinese characters, and I realized it was the same person, but these were shipped separately. This Battelle Sally Secrets doll sold for $39.96, and this Arco Mickey Mouse phone toy sold for $8.95. Almost carnival style plush. I'll pick it up if it's cute. Sometimes it's in like box lots, bag lots that I pick up, but they're a hard sell. This one did take quite a while to sell, and you have to box them. You have to. This one finally sold for $11.31. Melamine. Anytime I see them at the bins, thrift stores, I tend to pick them up. This little ABC set sold for $11.66. Boyd's Bear. I can't remember where I picked these up at. Don't remember. They could have been a bins pickup. I remember pulling them out of bags. And I ended up putting them together. I found quite a few listed of the girl with the little poodle. Not very many of the boy, and I think there might have only been one sold of the two of them. So I opted to make a lot of the two, and it sold very quickly for $30. Vintage chic high-waisted black denim jeans, $17.71.
Those are chic. I always called that chic.
I've always called it chic.
How y'all pronounce that?
Chic.
I know that, like, if you dress nicely, it's chic or whatever, but I thought those were chick jeans from like back in the 80s.
Jeans? No. V-Tech.
You know somebody's going to come along and tell you that you're wrong, right?
Probably. I usually am.
I'm probably wrong on that one, but...
V-Tech, Go Smart, the people and the vehicles. Some of the animals, I do really well with them. A lot of times I'll sell like the little girls by themselves. I probably got these together at the same time, so kept them as a lot. They have their little names on them. Like this was Jackson, and Prisma was the fairy. And the three pieces sold for $17.05. Picked this up at a yard sale. There were some more pieces mixed in with this. I separated them out because they were from a different set. These were the Play School Magic Tea set. Spoons and knives. They sold for $17.50. These both were from my Snoopy lot of stuff that I picked up. It was a Charlie Brown cassette tape, and then the teapot from the tea set. I think it was like a hot chocolate set. One set ended up having a lot of damage, but I did break it out, throw away the hot chocolate stuff, and I separated out the teapot with the mugs. And the teapot sold for $11.66. So this order was for $17.61. Kohl's Pete the Cat blue plush sold for $8.96. Another quick sell. All right, J. Crew men's light denim shirt. This sold very, very quickly. I could have got a lot more for it, but it did have some stains on the hem. But obviously somebody didn't care because they ended up sending me an offer the same day I listed it. $13.22. And then my best sell of the 4 days was this. Robert found these at a yard sale. Paid what, $25 for them?
Something like that.
I think it was $25. I pulled out a few things and listed them separately. But I listed this summer, so it took about 5 months to sell. It was WWE, WWF Wrestling DVD lot of 30, and they sold for $101.96. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll be making the second half of this video to be released probably Sunday evening. But in the meantime, y'all, get to work. Bye.